returns after 277 years. When fishermen stumble upon an old wooden ship drifting out of this thick North Atlantic fog, they thought they've found a relic of the past, but as the ship crept closer, their jaws dropped in disbelief. On deck stood sailors in tattered 18th century uniforms, alive and bewildered as if they would just stepped off the pages of a history book. The name of the ship's stern was barely legible: HMS Providence, a vessel that had vanished nearly 3 centuries ago. How could these men still be alive, unchanged since 1747? What secrets did the ship carry across the centuries? This stunning discovery turned the world's understanding of time and reality upside down, and the mystery that followed was nothing short of chilling: the mysterious disappearance. The legend of the HMS Providence began in 1747. The British merchant ship with 50 men on board was headed to the Caribbean loaded with goods like spices and silver. The journey was supposed to be routine, but on May 7, the ship sent its last message describing strange dancing lights on the horizon. The next day, the HMS Providence vanished without a trace. No wreckage, no signs of life, as if it had been swallowed by the sea itself. The unexpected return. In 2024, off the coast of Newfoundland, fishermen made a shocking discovery. Through the fog emerged the HMS Providence, looking every bit like a ship that had been adrift for centuries. Its sails were tattered and its timbers groaned with age, yet unmistakable signs of recent human activity were found on board. Even more baffling were the men. They found 30 crew members alive and wearing the clothing of the 18th century. They spoke an old-fashioned English dialect and were generally convinced it was still 1747. They had no idea that 277 years had passed. Unraveling the mystery, news of the ship's reappearance spread like wildfire, capturing the imagination of people everywhere. Theories emerged rapidly, each one more bizarre than the last: time travel or temporal rift. Some suggested that the ship had somehow sailed through a time vortex, a rare phenomenon that allowed it to skip through centuries. Could this be a real-life case of time travel, where days for the crew equaled centuries for the rest of the world? Magnetic anomalies. Others speculated that the ship drifted into an area with intense magnetic disturbances similar to the Bermuda Triangle. Did these forces somehow freeze the passage of time for the HMS Providence? A cursed ship. The more superstitious believed the ship was cursed or under a spell. After all, sailors have long whispered tales of ghost ships doomed to wander these seas forever. The crew's astonishing accounts. The crew's stories were as incredible as they were unsettling. They vividly recalled the eerie lights that surrounded the ship just before it vanished. They described feeling weightless, as if the ship had been lifted off the water and then everything went black. To them, it seemed like only a few days had passed before they awoke to find the world around them completely changed. The stars looked different, the air felt strange, and the ships on the horizon were nothing like what they knew. Medical exams revealed something even stranger. Despite the passage of centuries, the sailors showed no signs of aging. Their muscles were intact, their skin showed no signs of time's wear, and their memories were as sharp as if they had just embarked on their ill-fated journey. Clues in the ship's logbook. The captain's final log entry described these strange lights in detail, noting that they moved in patterns beyond comprehension. There was a sudden increase in temperature and then the sensation of floating. The entry ended abruptly, adding to the mystery. What had they encountered in those final moments before the ship vanished? Was it a natural phenomenon or something beyond the realm of human understanding? Unexplained events. A broad, the ship. As investigators combed through the ship, they began to experience odd phenomena themselves. Some reported hearing distant voices when no one else was around, while others saw fleeting shadows moving below deck. There were places on the ship where the temperature dropped drastically for no apparent reason, leading some to wonder if the HMS Providence carried more than just its crew back from the past. Echoes of maritime legends. The story of the HMS Providence sparked a renewed interest in other maritime mysteries. The legend of the Flying Dutchman, a ship doomed to wander the seas for eternity, suddenly seemed less like a myth. Could these old tales of ghost ships have a basis in reality? Was the Providence just one of many vessels lost to a strange force that occasionally returns what it has claimed? Searching for scientific answers, scientists dove deep into studying the waters where the HMS Providence was found, hoping to uncover any evidence of magnetic anomalies or geological oddities. Some even considered the possibility of naturally occurring wormholes or quantum disturbances, suggesting that the ship may have passed through a rift in space-time. The theories sounded like something out of a science fiction novel, but with no better explanation for how a century-old ship could appear with a living crew. Even the most skeptical experts had to entertain the idea. A story that captivated the world. The story of the HMS Providence spread far and wide, capturing the public's imagination. Books, documentaries, and TV specials popped up, each trying to unravel the mystery. Theories about time travel and supernatural forces flooded online forums, sparking debates about what really happened to the ship. The tale of the ghost ship even drew comparisons to other unsolved mysteries like the disappearance of Amelia Earhart and the loss of the Flight 19 over the Bermuda Triangle, the unsolved enigma. Despite extensive investigations, the mystery of the HMS Providence remains unsolved. Was this an extraordinary case of time travel, a natural anomaly, or something stranger still? The ship's reappearance challenges everything we think we know about time, reality, and the sea's deepest secrets. The crew of the HMS Providence is still struggling to adapt to modern life, but as their tale continues to unfold, one question haunts everyone who hears it. If a ship can return after nearly 300 years, what other forgotten mysteries are waiting to resurface from the depths of history?